Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. I hope I find you all healthy and well. And if you're like me, you kind of might be spending your days flip-flopping around with your energy. Some days I feel like I'm being so productive and I am like almost completely unbothered by everything that's going on. And other days I really succumb to anxiety and fear and worry. And then the rest of the time, it's kind of a mix throughout the day, a mix of both. And I'm sure a lot of you are experiencing this as well because this is so unprecedented. Um, so today we're going to be really focusing on finding peace within our practice. And this might be the only 60 minutes out of your day or my day where we're able to kind of just really be with ourselves and focusing on finding a sense of peace or ways to cope with our anxieties. So a few things just before we get started in our practice today. If there is any sort of image or stone or crystal or just anything that you would like to place maybe next to your mat or at the top of your mat, something that makes you happy, something that gives you good feelings, good energy. And maybe that's a room in your house. Maybe you already have a room devoted to a sense of peace and calm, and maybe you'd like to take your practice to that space today. I invite you to pause this video and get that set up, whether it's a little altar. This is my happy place. I have this whole space designed for that very purpose. And we're also going to be making use of a mudra within our practice today. And for those of you that take my classes are probably already very familiar with one mudra, Namaste, where we bring the hands into the heart. And mudra itself means a seal. So it's a sealing of the hands, a sealing of the fingers. You see it a lot in meditation practices. So what this is doing when we create this seal, we're pinpointing our energy. So we're creating a conduit for energy to start to flow within the body. And eventually, with intention, begin to make its way into our deeper consciousness. So the mudra we're going to be taking today, this is completely optional. If you feel as though keeping your hand in this position is going to throw you off balance or it's too distracting, by all means do what is comfortable and what works for you. But if you'd like to incorporate it today, we're going to be taking the prana mudra, where we take, it's almost like a peace sign, right? How fitting. Except for we're keeping the middle and pointer fingers together. So we have the thumb making the seal on the ring and pinky fingers. And we'll just kind of be sneaking this in throughout the practice because we're really going to be slowing things down, spending some extra time in the postures, finding our alignment, and then having that extra time to really go within to find that sense of peace, or maybe just to open ourselves to it, right? So the prana mudra is a mudra that helps us find mental clarity and can help us to deal and cope with anxiety. So I think it's very fitting for our practice today. And I think that was all I wanted to say. I do have 2 blocks available to me at the top of the mat just in case. You can use one if you only have one available to you. And the oils in the diffuser today are ylang ylang, lemongrass, bergamot, sandalwood, and orange. So we'll go ahead and get started. One quick thing. We will be making use of a mantra today as well. And again, this is optional. We'll be incorporating it in our beginning meditation. But it's really important just to note that we can go looking for peace. We can go looking for happiness. We can go looking for contentment, right? But we can search and search and search our whole lives. And if we don't come to realization that it begins within, we may never find it. So the mantra that we would like to incorporate today is very simple, and it just goes like this: peace begins with me. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and get started. All right, everyone, we're going to start in a seated position today. So you notice I am sitting up on a meditation pillow. This just helps to get the hips a little higher than the knees so the legs can begin to relax. But if you'd like to be flat down on the mat, that's fine as well. Allow yourself to come into the space and really allow yourself to just sink down. So think about the weight of the body as you begin to shift yourself around on the mat, trying to find some balance. Think about all those points of connection that you're making to the earth right now, whether it be the bum, the legs, and the feet. And just notice how it physically feels. Notice where you feel the most pressure, the most sensation. And maybe we incorporate some little movements here. I always like to circle up and around the pelvis a few times until those sit bones can evenly ground down. Then I can begin to release the belly. So many times when we're sitting here, it's easy to suck in the belly to try and maintain that nice tall spine. But holding the belly in is a flight or fight response here, and we want to be relaxed. So as much as you can, let the belly go. Relax the shoulders. And we can begin here. Maybe we want to keep our energy within, so the palms can be face down on the legs, or maybe we'd like to begin to incorporate our prana mudra, thumb to the ring and pinky fingers, forefinger and middle finger together, and we can place these right on the legs. You can begin to soften or close your eyes. And before we really begin to focus on our breath, if you have taken the mudra, really think about the seal we're making with the fingers. Think about this point of connection. And as we begin to cultivate and build upon our deep breath here, imagine that energy that we're bringing into the body, really, really focusing on the spot of the fingers, the seal that we're creating. And if you have your hands face down on the legs, you can do the same for that connection between your hands and your legs. So we'll slowly start to build upon the breath, finding expansion with the inhale, and controlled release as you breathe out. And once you've established a good pattern of this deep breath, we'll continue with it for 5 more rounds. Continuing to maintain the control and focusing on that seal, the points of connection between your fingers or your hands and your leg. Noticing if you can feel the energy building at this point of connection. Prana is the life force, the energy force within all things. So allowing yourself to be open to receive, open to experience, and opening yourself to that inner peace. We're going to take 3 more deep breaths here. We're going to slowly transition to 3 more breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe in, peace begins. Exhale with me. 2 more times, peace begins. With me. Peace begins. with me. Connect again with your natural rhythm of breath. And you can slowly release the mudra. Perhaps you feel that energy beginning to work its way up through the arms, and maybe connecting within the spine. If they're not already, place the hands face down on the legs. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower the chin to the chest. Shoulders relaxed. We're just gently hanging the head down. Allowing the neck to stretch. And as we bring our head down, you can slowly begin to flutter open the eyes. On an inhale, bring the gaze back through center. And exhale, hovering the left ear over the left shoulder, so allowing the right side neck to stretch out nice and long. Shoulders are still relaxed, belly is relaxed. Perhaps we take our left hand, gently rest it on the top of the head. We're not pulling, we're just applying gentle pressure. And maybe even those right fingertips walk out to the side, bringing the stretch through the top of the shoulder and down into the arm. Come back to your breath. See if there's any room to soften just a little bit more. Take a breath in. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, bring your head through center. Take a full breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale, right ear over the right shoulder. Gently bringing it to the side. Relax through the body. And perhaps that right hand rests on the head. And the left fingertips walk out to the side. Return to the breath. Breathing in. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale through center. Release. If you are sitting up on a cushion or a block, I invite you to place it off to the side. So we're coming down flat on the mat. We're going to do some seated cat-cows. On an inhale, we're going to lengthen the belly up, puff the chest to the ceiling, shoulders come back, look up. Exhale, navel pulls in and back as we round ourselves forward. Inhale, find the extension, the lift up. And exhale, rounding. Two more times. Last round. Exhale. Inhale, moving back through center. We're going to take the hands behind us, grasping fingertips, or you can grab opposite wrists or opposite elbows. Roll the shoulders down and back. And on an inhale, begin to extend the arms, so lifting the hands from the low back. Noticing if you're puffing out your chest like I'm doing right now, and try to neutralize the spine by tucking the lower ribs in. We're going to start folding forward. Breathe in, root the tailbone down, extend the crown of the head forward. And then exhale, begin to fold over the feet. Hands are just actively pressing toward the back of the room. Belly is engaged underneath to keep you supported. We're not dropping the head, the neck is long. And as we breathe, we may be able to deepen our fold, feeling that stretch come into the hips. And perhaps we begin to roll the shoulders and arms up overhead. Keep the belly engaged to support you here, and breathe. We'll use an inhale to come up, pulling the belly way up and in, lifting the torso, arms actively reaching back. Exhale, release. Allow that energy to wash down. Breathing. Take the left hand to the floor. Inhale, right hand reaches up and over to the side, finding our side bend. Bend into the left elbow, but don't sink into the shoulder. Connect again with the breath, making space between the ribs, and extension from the waist all the way up through the fingertips. Maybe we turn to look up at the right elbow. Inhale, reaching up with both hands. Exhale, hands to the heart. If it feels okay with the legs, reversing the cross of the feet. Reaching the arms around behind. Inhale, grasping opposite fingers, opposite wrists, or opposite elbows this time, and lifting the arms off the low back. Neutralize the spine, so pull those low ribs in. On an inhale, we'll begin to extend ourselves forward, tailbone roots, crown of the head reaches, and exhale, beginning to fold. And you'll notice I'm doing this very slowly, using the breath to go in increments to deepen. Chin is still lifted from the chest. We want room for the breath. Breathe into the low body. And we also have the option to begin to roll up into the shoulders. Connect with yourself. Connect with the breath. Connect with the sensation. Coming up with an inhale, belly pulling up and in. Arms reaching back. Exhale, release. Wash the energy down. Right hand to the mat. Inhale, reaching up with the left and finding that side bend. Pressing away from the mat. Big extension up that left side body. Maybe we turn to look up at the elbow. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, hands to the heart. We'll stretch the legs out in front. Give them a nice wiggle, waking up the muscles of the legs, moving any flesh of the bottom out of the way so we can tilt the pelvis forward. We're going to set up for a twist here. We'll draw in the right foot inside or outside of the left knee. Left foot stays flexed. We're going to be twisting to the right. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, starting the twist at the waist, hugging the right knee into the chest. And then using the breath to go deeper. Every inhale, we grow tall. Exhale, twisting, working our way up the spine. Option here to find our prana mudra with the left hand that's cradling the right knee. We can take the mudra, or we can take the elbow to the outside of the knee, squeezing into the belly, and find the mudra here as well. I invite you to soften or close the eyes and go within. Notice the sensation of the twist, where you feel the breath, where you feel the energy. Breathing in, peace begins. Exhale with me. One more breath in. Exhale to untwist, nice and slow. We're going to take the right foot to the inner knee, inner left knee if it's not there already, and allow that right knee to drop open to the side. Again, making sure the tailbone is reaching back. And we're going to come into a fold. On an inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, extend yourself forward, nose to toes, think, and then exhale, soften down. Arms can frame the leg. If it's within your practice, reaching for the ankle or the foot. And as we fold, don't drop the head. I really want to stress the importance of keeping the chin lifted from the chest so that there's room for the breath. If we close off this energy center, then we're going to create stagnation or excess. So allow the breath, the prana, to be able to move fluidly through the body by keeping the chin lifted. You can have a soft bend to that left knee, and as we breathe here and create space through the back of the leg, you may be able to straighten it toward the mat. And bring your attention to that right leg. Notice if you're clenching into the hip, and maybe direct a few breaths down there to begin to soften and release. We're going to be taking about 5 more deep breaths here. I invite you to find a little more extension through the spine and a little more softening of the heart down. Remember, it's not about reaching the head down. We're trying to find length and softness. Allow yourself to go within. Explore the sensation. Explore the breath. How do those deep inhales feel within the body? Where do they create release? One more full round, breathing in and out. We'll take the fingertips to the mat, framing the leg. Walk them forward, look to the toes, breathe in and out. So we're just finding extension through the arms. Start to activate the belly. On an inhale, we'll lift up. Hands meet. Exhale, hands to the heart. We'll stretch out the right leg. Give them a little shake. And we'll bring that left foot in, inside or outside of the knee. Right foot is flexed. Inhale to grow tall. Exhale, twisting to the left, starting at the waist. Hug the knee into the chest. And then using each consecutive breath to go deeper, working your way up the spine. So establishing yourself in the twist first, and then the option to incorporate that prana mudra, either right here, hugging the knee into the chest, or perhaps we take that elbow to the outer knee, finding that extra squeeze into the belly, and find the mudra here as well. I invite you to soften or close the eyes and go within. Peace begins with me. Inhale. Exhale to untwist, nice and slow. Left foot to the inner right knee. We'll let the left knee open to the side. Making sure our pelvis is tilting forward, tailbone rooting back. Setting up for the fold, right foot is flexed. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, extend forward, and then soften down. Hands resting wherever is comfortable for you. Soft bend to the knee to start, perhaps, as we open up space through the legs. Making room for the breath. We're not dropping the head. Softening into that left hip and leg. Five more breaths here. I invite you to create more extension through the spine and more softness through the heart. Think about the sensation you're feeling within the body and within the mind. Last round of breath. We'll frame the leg. Fingertips to the mat. Inhale, walk them forward, look to the toes. Breathe out. Power up the belly. Next inhale, we lift. Exhale, hands to the heart. Release, straighten out that left leg. We're going to take one more fold here. Soft bend to the knees, and if you'd like to use a strap for this, you can do that as well. Strap around the balls of the feet. I know I didn't say to grab one today, but if you'd like to use one within the practice, that's always fine. On an inhale, we'll reach the arms forward and up. Pause here for a moment. Relax the shoulders. Neutralize the spine, so tuck those low ribs in. Belly is not clenching, but is slightly engaged. We want that support from the core. Inhale, begin extending yourself forward. Feel the tailbone root back. And then exhale, fold and soften down. We're not dropping the head. We can still have a soft bend to the knees. The feet are flexed. And then we'll take some time to internalize here. Peace begins with me. One more full round of breath. With that exhale, go ahead, hang your head down. Take the hands to the mat, framing the legs, palms face down. We're going to keep the upper body hanging. As we inhale, we'll drag the hands back by the hips and begin to round up through the spine. Belly pulling up and in. Shoulders will come to the ears. Exhale, slide them down the back. We'll bring the feet in, crossing at the ankles. Hands will come forward right into our tabletop position. Hands and knees. Spread wide through the fingers. We're going to circle up and around the hands. A few times in both directions, just allowing the wrists to get a good stretch. And we'll come to the top of the left hand. Gently circle around. And shaking the left hand out before we move to the top of the right. And the right hand shakes out. Back in table, moving through some cat-cows. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, rounding. One more time. Breathing out. Inhale, moving back through table. Tuck the toes. Walk the hands a step or two in front. Take a breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips lift up and back. Belly pressing toward the thighs. Head releases between the arms. Pedaling out the feet. Pressing into the palms of the hands and not the fingertips. And finding stillness. We're going to go and take 5 deep breaths here. So going within. Connecting with that rhythm of your body, the energy, the prana. Looking back at the feet. On an inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, bend the knee, shifting your weight forward. Foot plants between the hands. Left knee grounds for the low lunge. Square off the hips and begin to lock the legs into place. We're squeezing everything in toward the center. On an inhale, reach the arms forward and up to frame the ears. Hip bones press forward, tailbone lengthens down. We're going to come into a modified version of a warrior 2 from here. Take a breath in. Slow motion exhale. Bring the hands to the hips if this is too much. We're going to open to the left. Arms coming out to the side. Torso facing to the side. Trying to keep that right knee stacking over the ankle and not moving from side to side here. So we're pushing a little bit of weight back. You're going to feel this left outer hip turn on. Hands to the hips are fine as well. It's a little bit of a tricky balance here. Breathing in. As we exhale, we're going to lower the right elbow to the right knee, palm to face the ceiling. Inhale, left hand to the ceiling, or again, hand to the hip. So a modified version of our side angle. Press out of that right shoulder. Hip bones are still pressing forward. Tailbone tucking under. Maybe we take the mudra, prana mudra, in our right hand. Maybe we take it in our left hand. Maybe we look to the ceiling or to the side to help with our balance. Core is engaged, not clenching but supportive. Find your breath. Take a breath in. As we exhale, we're going to bring that left hand down, turning ourselves forward and framing the right foot. Breathing in. Exhale back to a half split. Left hip comes over the left knee. Right leg extends. We're not folding down over that right leg. We're hovering the torso here to square off the hip. So right hip pulling back, left hip forward. Hands are underneath the shoulders. We're looking forward. Take a breath in. Exhale, dipping the elbows. We're not folding down. We're simply bending into the arms to bring the belly closer to the thigh. Soften or close the eyes here. Connect with the sensation within your body. Connect with the rhythm of the breath. Peace begins with me. Next breath in, slowly start to straighten again through the arms. And gently, we're going to shift our weight forward to the low lunge, pressing back into that right foot. Frame the right foot with your hands, tuck the left toes. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find your breath. Look back at the feet. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, bend the knee, weight shifts forward. Foot comes between the hands for that low lunge as we ground the right knee. Finding that squeezing activation into the center from the side and the front and the back. On an inhale, arms reach forward and up. Hip bones pressing forward, tail is tucking under. Legs are active and strong. Setting up for that modified warrior two. Take a breath in. And then exhale, twisting at the waist, opening, turning to the side. Try to keep the hip square, left hip pulling back, right hip forward, tailbone tucking under. So it's not as quite of a big of an opening as we were in a standing warrior two. And we can always bring the hands to the hips. Take a breath in. Exhale, left elbow to the knee. Right hand to the ceiling. Not sinking into that left shoulder. And maybe the left hand finds prana mudra. Maybe the right hand finds prana mudra. Breathe. Peace begins with me. Breathe in. Exhale, right hand down. Frame the left foot. Tuck the right toes. Inhale. And then exhale. Sorry, don't tuck the toes. Breathe in. Exhale back to that half split. Right hip over the knee. Left leg extends. We can point the toes up. Hands are under the shoulders. Take a moment to square off the hips. Left hip back. Right hip forward. We're looking forward. We're not folding down. On your next exhale, we're going to take that little bend to the elbows. Not folding, just simply guiding the torso closer to the thigh. Connect with your breath. Soften or close the eyes if it's okay. And allow yourself to go within. Peace begins with me. Inhale, begin to straighten the arms. And exhale, slowly shift your weight forward, back to that low lunge. This time, tuck the right toes. Inhale, lift the knee. And as we exhale, we'll step forward to the top of the mat, folding down over the feet. Release the upper body. Hang yourself down. We can grab opposite elbows here, maybe sway a little bit from side to side. Finding stillness, release the arms. Inhale to a halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Soften into the knees. We're going to roll up to stand. Big breath in as we roll up. Upper body hangs. Arms come out to the side and up overhead. We'll look up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Release to mountain. Relax the shoulders. Root down through the feet. Strong, active legs. We can find the prana mudra here. If it's okay, soften or close the eyes. This can affect your balance, so maybe just some softness to the eyes. Feel the strength of your body. Feel the support underneath your feet. And the possibility all around you. The possibility for expansion, for connection, and for peace. Peace begins with me. Slowly soften, release the hands. On an inhale, we'll reach the arms out to the side, up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward over the feet, flat back, soften into the knees, and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding down, framing the right foot. On an inhale, left foot steps back, runner's lunge. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, sealing the left foot, Setting up for warrior two, hips tucking underneath. And either pressing straight up from here or bringing hands to the right thigh to press up with an inhale, opening to the side. Check in with that right knee stacking over the ankle. Strong left leg. Relax through the shoulders. If it feels okay, soften or close the eyes and go within. Peace begins with me. Inhale. Exhale, right elbow to the knee. Inhale, left hand reaches up. Press away from that right shoulder. Maybe the right hand finds Prana Mudra. Maybe the left hand finds Prana Mudra. Legs are still strong. Maybe we look up. Peace begins with me. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to bring that left hand down, turn the left toes forward, back to our runner's lunge, breathing in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, walk to the top of the mat, folding down over the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Rolling and rounding up to stand, breathing in. Arms come out and up overhead, look up. Exhale, hands to the heart. And release to mountain. Maybe we take that mudra, powering up through the legs, finding that support and stability and the expansion all around you. Peace begins with me. Soften. Inhale, arms reach out to the side and up. Exhale to swan dive forward over the feet to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, framing the left foot. Inhale, right foot steps back. Runner's lunge, look forward, breathe in. Exhale, sealing the right foot down. Hips tuck under. Next breath in, warrior two, coming up however you'd like. Arms to the side, hips press forward, both feet rooting down. Make sure that knee is not going past the ankle. And then soften the shoulders, soften the jaw. The eyes can soften or close if that's okay. And connect with your body, connect with your breath. Peace begins with me. Breathing in. Exhale, elbow to the knee. Inhale, right arm lifts. Press away from that left shoulder. Strong legs. Maybe we find the mudra in one or both hands. Maybe looking up to the ceiling. Peace begins with me. Breathe in. Exhale, right hand comes down, right toes turn forward. Frame the left foot. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Exhale, knees down to table. Inhale through cow. Exhale to cat. 2 more times. Peace begins with me. Inhale to table. Feet cross behind, bum down, feet forward. Meeting in the center of our mat for our half boat position as we get ready to wind down. Feet planted, knees are bent, arms out to the side. Breathe in for a tall spine. Exhale, feel the belly pull back and in as we gently begin to release, tailbone down and into the lumbar spine, the upper back, the shoulders, and the head. Relax the arms, relax the legs. Take a big breath into the belly and let it out with a sigh. Slowly float the knees into the chest, wrapping the arms around the legs, and give yourself a squeeze. We can rock from side to side. Come to stillness and center. We'll let the arms fall open. We're going to end with a nice gentle twist. Take a breath in. Exhale, knees to the right. You can wedge a block under or between the legs if we need it. So we can ground the shoulders down and release the lower body. Maybe looking to the left hand. Again, go within. Connect with the breath, with the sensation. And perhaps one last time we find our prana mudra. Engage into the belly. We'll inhale the knees through center. And exhale to the left side. Shoulders root down. Move the block if you need it. Still connecting with the mudra or relaxed through the hands. Inhale, last time bringing the knees through center. Plant the feet. You can release the fingers. Any little last minute stretches, movements, or adjustments you need before Shavasana, I invite you to take them now. And whenever you're ready, releasing to Shavasana, extending the legs on the mat. Feel the spine nice and long, arms out to the side, palms to face the ceiling, shoulder blades tucking underneath. Soften the back of the body to the mat. Relaxing or closing the eyes. And feeling the whole weight of your form just beginning to melt down. Connecting with your natural rhythm of breath. Noticing how it feels within the body. Where you feel the breath. Where you feel the space and the release. We'll wind down with a few rounds of controlled breath, just as we began class. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Taking the mantra if you'd like. Finding the expansion through the inhale, peace begins. Length on the exhale with me. Allow that breath to release, rescinding your control over the body and over your thoughts. Surrendering to this final, most important posture of the practice. allow your breath to deepen again. Invite awareness back to the body, wiggling out the toes and the fingers, rocking the head gently from side to side. On an inhale, reach and extend your arms up overhead, lengthen everything out. Exhale, release. Today I invite you to roll to one side. It doesn't matter which. You can rest your head on your arm. And find those kind words. Gratitude for showing up to your mat today. Acceptance for the abilities of your body. And openness to receive the messages of the universe, of the cosmos. And whenever you're ready, rolling to one side, and using an inhale, making your way up to sit. We'll bring the hands to the heart. And if you care to join me with a round of Om, taking a deep breath in, exhale all the stale air. One more breath in for Om. I thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope the rest of your day brings you peace and contentment, and maybe the ability to share that with others. I look forward to next time. Namaste.